Baby, I used to be broke as a joke and I'm not anymore. Mm. I used to not have money in one area code, not to mention global money. I used to not have money in one zip code, not to mention multiple zip codes. Okay, that's what we're talking about in this conversation. In this conversation, we are talking all about creating a money jar for a very specific reason, a very specific reason. Not simply to create money, because you probably already have money. This is to create wealth on purpose. This is to create the best kind of money. Hold on, let me turn off my chimes that tell me I need to be on my live stream. This is to create the best kind of money in existence. I'm about to tell you the best kind of money in existence. Let's go. How you loving? How you loving? How you loving? Come on in. Come on in. I am Reverend Valerie Love, also known as Kaisi. And if you are on YouTube, tap that little subscribe button and also click the notification bell if you desire to know when I go live, which I do on Wednesday nights. And if you are on Facebook, if you are on the Book of Faces, hi Book of Faces, how you love it? Then I'm so happy that you're here. So let's get right into it. What is this money jar? This money jar, and why am I saying to create one? This money jar is to remind yourself of how rich you already are on purpose. Now, I'm not going to just talk about just being wealthy, just having money, just, being prosperous. There's a lot of people that are prosperous. They're wealthy, they're doing great, they're doing amazing. I am talking about wealth on purpose. Let me tell you what that means, and then we're going to talk about the money that's in this money jar, because this money is from all over the world, okay? This money is from all over the world. So when I talk about wealth and when I talk about wealth on purpose, I want you to know that every one of these, representations of global currency, every one of these currencies, every one of these bills, uh, notes, banknotes, comes from me doing what I love. Please get this message, family. If you get no other message from what I'm going to talk to you about today, if you get no other message from what I'm going to talk to you about today, get wealth on purpose. Tattoo it on your mind. WAP. Wealth on purpose. Did I drop any of the money on the floor? Wealth on purpose. Why? Because that's the best money in the world. So, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you how to create a money jar. Here's why wealth on purpose. Purposeful money is the best money in the world. Here's why. Inside of you is your reason for being, right? Well, come on in, come on in, come on in. Inside of you is your reason for being. Inside of you is a calling, a compelling calling, a reason that you were even created, and a reason for you even to come into existence. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a reason you're here, beloved. There is a reason you are here. Now, maybe your parents told you were an accident. That's a lie. No one's an accident. You can't accidentally happen into life. Now, whether your parents wanted to um, remember that you were, on your way, whether your parents wanted to choose that, to know that you are absolutely a divine spark of the infinite source, whether people wanted to remember that or not about you. Where is this money from? Oh, this is from Indonesia. I'm going to show you the money that I have in my money jar anyway. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Whether people told you you were an accident or whether people told you, whatever people told you, it doesn't really matter. Here's the truth, because I'm going to tell you something about yourself that's the absolute truth. And here's the absolute truth about you. You are valuable, worthy. You are necessary to the whole of life. And if you didn't exist, the entire universe wouldn't exist. Can you imagine that? If you did not exist, the entire universe would not exist. Why? Hold on. Let me make sure I have the right. Oh, chat. Okay. If you didn't exist, the whole universe wouldn't exist. Why? Because purpose and existence are one and the same. Because you exist, it means that you have a purpose. Now, a lot of people have said to me over the years, because I am a divine midwife of soul destiny, practicing Christian witch, and the author of 26 books on practical spirituality, writing the next one right now, and I get to lead retreats all over the world. It's too much money in here. I can't even count all these coins. I can't even count it. So here's what I want to say. If you are in existence, you have a purpose for being in existence. You have a reason for being here. Do not let anyone try to convince you that you are here by accident. Oh, when I hear that from clients, I've been doing this work for over 20 years now. And when I hear people tell me that their parents told them they were an accident or they weren't expecting them, you're not an accident, beloved. Just because other people didn't get the memo that you were arriving on planet Earth doesn't mean that you were an accident. There is no accidents in this thing. There is nothing in this thing that isn't as it should be, because this is an ordered universe according to divine protocols. You can't be an accident. And so now, yeah, the whole universe wouldn't exist if you didn't exist. You know why? Because there's nothing in existence that ought not be. Really fathom that and really get into the knowing that you have a purpose, and your purpose is profound. Profound. So, the reason I say to make your money on purpose, the reason I say to create wealth doing what you love. The reason why I say, and this is from country after country after country, Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Bali, Dubai, all the places I go, I just, maybe some euros are in here. I don't know. USD is in here. What country is this one? Child, baby, look. Some of the countries, I can't even read it. Do you know what country that is? I don't know. Can somebody tell me what country that is? Baby, I got this from so many countries. I done forgot which countries I got it from. That's not the point. The point is this, that people have become so afraid of their true purpose for being that they run and go get a job. Now, I'm officially unemployable. You couldn't get me to get a job. I don't care what kind of job it is. You couldn't get me to get a job. Wouldn't happen. And why? Because I made myself officially unemployable. Why? Because I work for Source. Source is my boss. The universe, I'm on the universe's payroll. I'm telling you, baby, there's no layoffs. There's no government shutdowns. The universe is never not hiring. Right now, this is the universe. Wanted healers, way showers, tarot readers, coaches, thought leaders, ascensionary beings who would love to work to ascend human consciousness. Baby, the universe is hiring. Why don't you just work for the universe rather than trying to work for these shit employers out here that will never pay you your worth? Never. Then you got to ask them, can you go to the bathroom? You got to ask them, can you take a job? Look, y'all saw my video, Jobs Are Crack, didn't you? If you didn't see my video, Jobs Are Crack, go watch that video right here on the YouTube channel. So what I'm saying to you is, stop thinking that you're going to find the goods and the wealth doing something other than what you were born to do. It's never going to happen. Your ultimate abundance, your ultimate prosperity, your ultimate wealth is on the path of purpose. That's why they call me the divine midwife of soul purpose, soul destiny. Because that's what I do. I support people in our programs and our retreats. And how are you fulfilling the mission and the calling upon your life? Not that some sky daddy gave you, that you yourself opted for before you came here as an infinite being incarnated into flesh. Before you got here, you made some decisions, you made some choices. In Kabbalah, it says that you were going on an assembly line with God and your angels and other souls that are in your soul group. And you were walking along the assembly line and you picked out your issue that you would heal in this lifetime. Maybe it's forgiveness. If you're healing a forgiveness issue and learning how to forgive, you had all these horrible, unforgivable things happen to you. And then you picked out your parents. Okay, I want this person to be my mother and this person to be my father, and this is how they're going to meet up, because that's in their destiny to meet up, and they're going to have me. And this one is a drug addict, and this one is an alcoholic. Oh, this is going to be real good. And they get together, and oh, you're going to have a boo. This is going to be your major teacher in this life, some lovely boo. And this is the thing that you're called to do. This is how you're called to serve humanity. You picked that before you got here. It didn't start when you were born. And then you know why you have this little dip on your lip right there? Because it is said that the Archangel Gabriel says to all babies, shh. She does like that to the baby and puts that little dip right there in their lip, meaning shh, it's a secret. See, you're born and it's a secret. You forgot what you came here for. Then you get here and you run an Uber, or maybe you're building some big empire and you're not fulfilled. I talked to an engineer one time that was driving Uber. It's like, I want to, what do you really want to be doing with your life, beloved? I want to be a healer. Yeah, that's what you were born for. You weren't born to be an engineer, and you weren't born to be an Uber driver. Talk to some others. Attorneys. One of my attorney clients said this to me. I love attorneys. I was at my book club this past weekend, and there's 7 sisters in the book club. 5 are attorneys. Okay. I love attorneys. I have attorneys in my private coaching groups, right? And if you don't know what your purpose is, and you're ready to find out and you're committed, all you have to do is click the link. There's one link below this video to make it simple. And that's for Money Magic, because that's what we do in Money Magic. That's my private community of healers and way showers and thought leaders. Amazing. Oh, these are some of the most evolved beings you can even imagine in Money Magic. Some of them will comment right here in the chat. And in our private community, there is a 12 portal system for you to be on purpose. And there is a 12-day ritual that we are starting on January 1st. I cannot wait to clarify from Revelation, from the book of Revelation, Revelation chapter 21, verse 12 through 21. It is a 12-gate destiny activation ritual. We start that on January 1st in our private community, baby. So I have the means to be able to catalyze you knowing clearly what your purpose is, and then the community, the coaching, the strategy, and the support for you to live it. I wouldn't just be telling you to do this thing without giving you the keys to the kingdom. Okay, so let's talk about my own experience. I used to be broke as a joke, baby. I used to be broke as a joke. I used to go through so much money. I used to get money, and my default state was not having money. Can you imagine? My default was not having money. So I would get money, and then somehow I would get to the state of not having money. And over time, I did the inner work within myself to get to the place where now I can't be without money. It flipped, which means it had to have flipped in the subconscious mind, because that's where all of these things live. They live in the subconscious mind. Yes? Now, let me share with you, please allow me to share with you a little bit of my experience and what I learned. When I was a financial advisor at American Express, had no problem making money, right? You get clients, you bring clients in, you get money, you get money, you get money, and so forth and so on. When I was in real estate investing, I did the things that my teachers told me. I was in Carlton Sheets program. I followed what he was doing. No money down. Don't use your own credit. Get control of the property without actually having to use your money. Oh, I was doing real estate deals and I made money. No problem there. As soon as I came to my purpose of doing spiritual work for people, couldn't make the money. Do you see it was a mental block? Beloved, look at me, it was a mental block. Beloved, look at me, it was a mental block. You see, I had what I see so many spiritual people have that come to me and to come to my coaching and come into my programs, and they say the same thing that I had. Reverend Val, I feel so bad charging people. What do you charge people? I charge them too little. I don't charge them what I know I should charge them. And this person could be an attorney and have no problem charging people appropriately as an attorney. Yet the same person turns around and if a person needs a Reiki session, they wouldn't charge them like they charge people as an attorney. Mm-mm. If a person needed a tarot reading, they wouldn't charge them like the person would. Now, they're charging the person as an attorney to a client, and the client is paying them. Yet when they go to do their purposeful soul work on the planet, put in the comments and let me know if you've ever had this kind of experience. This was my experience. I could make money in real estate. I could make money in network marketing. I could make money in all these different kinds of businesses, especially financial services and especially real estate. I could make money. But then turn around and it be time for me to make money doing what I was born to do, making the money on purpose, doing the spiritual work that I was born to do, the thing I'm gifted to do, couldn't make money. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Let me know in the chat, in the comments, if you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm going to tell you how I overcame that. Because that had to be overcome. Because what was I going to do? Not live my purpose? No, I was not willing to do that. I was not willing to do that. And I was not willing to sit in someone's office or say yes to people when I really wanted to say no, or be controlled by other people, or do things that I know I wasn't born to do, or try to get to this job that I really didn't want to be at. Stop it. Just stop it. You don't need to do that. You don't need to live like that. Now, I'm not telling you to quit your job, by no means. I'm telling you to turn within and get real clear on what is my purpose, and then get real clear on your commitment to live your purpose, and then get real clear on doing it. So, this was before I had written any of the books. This is before I had any courses. This is before I had any offers. This is before I was taking people on retreats, maybe around the same time I started the retreats, because I started 20 years ago. And then, as I started to do these things, more and more of the money came. The only people who think about money all the time are people who don't have money. People who have money don't think about money all the time. Okay? And money is like water. Baby, money is a renewable resource. It could just be raining money. Money is a renewable resource. It's like water. It's just running. Yet, before I had money and before I started to make money my friend, and before I started to understand the connection between love and money, oh, I was going through it. Oh, I was going through it. And I can tell you this about money. When you do not have all the money you require, and you start to become desperate, you start to do things and consider things that you would not do, that are out of your value segment, that are not in alignment with your character and who you truly are at your core, you will start considering those things because you're so desperate and you require money. Now, I have seen, make it rain, I love that. And now I have seen I'm talking about educated people. I'm talking about attorneys, doctors, engineers. I'm talking about registered nurses, healthcare professionals. I'm talking about people who are very intelligent, people who are well studied, people who were running things at their corporation, running teams. And when they make the move to come over and live their purpose and their life's work, they turn into something else. What? What? Wait a minute. You're a badass at the office. Be a badass when it comes to living your purpose and working with clients and loving on these clients and helping people, whatever you're to do. If you're here to work with children, be a badass at that. If you're here to work with dogs and animals, do that. If you're here to work with, as I do, I work with people, primarily spiritual people and magical practitioners, to help them get on purpose and make tons of money on purpose. Oh my goodness, I keep saying wealth on purpose. WOP, wealth on purpose. I'm going to tell you something one of my clients said the other day, and yesterday, she and I were talking yesterday. This is what she said. She said, I did a speaking engagement. And when I did this speaking engagement and I came off stage, I was given a check. She said, in holding that check in my hands, she said that, now this is a professional woman, a woman who is successful in her career, and she makes potions, she makes elixirs, she makes lotions, body butters. She's a healer. She's into plants and herbs and essential oils. She does all of that. And she works at a full-time job. And she said when she received that check, it was the best money ever. See, all money ain't the same. Who knows what I'm talking about? All money ain't the same. Baby. And all money ain't good money. Who knows what I'm talking about? Anyone? Anyone in the chat? WAP. Wealth on purpose, baby. And I don't mean wealth on purpose like this. This is what a lot of these online gurus fucking tell you. Them online gurus, they be getting on my nerves. You're gonna make $1 million overnight. No, you're fucking not. You're not gonna leave your job and come into something else and make $1 million overnight. No, you're not gonna do that. Unless you was already making $1 million overnight at your job. There's skills that must be learned. There's transformation that must take place. There's growth that must occur. There's a change of consciousness that must unfold. But the online marketers want to tell you, oh, yeah, just run in here. Look, Susie came into my program and Susie made $5,000 in her first 30 days. Susie was already doing this for 2 or 3 years before she came to the program. But because Susie is your star pupil, you're using Susie as an example. I don't do that to my clients. I don't use my clients' successes as reason for people to join my programs, even though I got tons of client successes. I don't use my clients for that. No. I don't use my clients for that. As a matter of fact, I can show you some wins right now from our Money Magic. I'm going to show you some wins right now. Let me go on screen share. I can show you some wins right now. Look at this. This is Money Magic. We got a whole tab for wins. Progress reports and wins. A win. Won a trip. A win. YouTube channel growing. Win. Money uncrossing. I'm got blocks out. Another win. Another win. Just got a car. Another win. Got the brand setup. Another, this one, how much I've made on school. I showed the family exactly how much I've made on school. Another win. Checks. Look at these checks. These are checks. Another win. Just win after win after win after win after win. Like my clients that are in Money Magic, the link is below this video. You can check it out if you want to. And guess what? If you don't come into Money Magic, it's okay. I'm still your friend. because I don't use those marketing tactics that you see a lot of these scam marketers use. I hate that shit. I don't use things that I don't want used on me. Go, and urgency and and get it right away. Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm simply looking for people who are looking for me, and they got the memo. And guess what? They show up at our programs, they read the books, they come to the retreats, they come into Money Magic Mystery School, they come into the Wellness Club, and they get busy and they do the work and they get the results. Let's go through some of this money. What country is this? I promise y'all, Cambodia. I promise y'all, I would love to know what countries all this money is from. I promise you. I think I think this is Vietnam. I don't know. I'll just show you the money and maybe you can kind of figure out where it comes from. And I keep a money jar to show myself that the money that comes to me is all God money. All the money that comes to me all over the world. All over the world, it's all God money. You know why it's God money? Because it's wealth on purpose. And I just remind myself, I just sit here sometimes, child, I don't even know how much this money is. I think this is Qatar, or maybe this is Dubai. It has Arabic writing on it. Oh, this is Egypt, Egyptian pounds. Oh yeah, this ain't worth hardly nothing because Egyptian pounds. But I'm glad I got Egyptian pounds in here too. Um, what is that? That might be Bali. This might be Balinese, Indonesian money. Not sure about this money either. Rupiah. Rupiah, this is Bali also. It's definitely Bali, Indonesia, 5,000. See, it doesn't really matter um, what people say. It doesn't matter what you think you can do. It doesn't matter what other people, I think almost everybody here will recognize this. It doesn't matter what other people say about you. It doesn't matter the success that other people create in the program, and maybe you want to create it, but you haven't been able to create it yet. None of that matters. You know what matters? You, on purpose, your divine calling, doing it and doing it to the max. Baby, that's all I do. I wake up in the morning and I write and I fulfill my divine purpose. I'll tell you what my divine purpose is. It is to inspire through the written and spoken word, baby. So if I'm not writing, I'm talking. Just like I'm talking to you right now, hoping to inspire you into your purpose, hoping to support you in becoming all you are created, ordained, destined, and designed to be, hoping that it will just spark something in your being that says, okay, I need to get myself together. I need to go ahead and do this thing. I need to bust a move. I need to become wealthy on purpose. It's the best money ever. It's global money. It's the best money ever. I got tons of coins in here, but as you can see, I can't even tell you about where all these are from. I have no idea. All over the world, all over the world, all over the world. Create your money jar. And the reason why you want to create your money jar is because, not because you don't have money, because we're over the money manifestation. We have money. I'm talking to you if you have money. You don't have money from your purpose. You have money. You at a job. You're doing something maybe that you really enjoy at a job. Still a job. And your purpose is gnawing at you. That thing is gnawing at you like you want to write books. You want to be a Reiki practitioner. In our book coaching program that we just did 90 days with the authors, and I tell you, the authors are so amazing in there. And they said, you know what? And professional people, once again, professional people. And they said, oh my goodness, this book idea won't go away. We know when something is gnawing at us that we've got to fulfill. Look at me and hear me clearly. Baby, you will not be fulfilled until you fulfill that thing. So stop trying to be fulfilled with whatever you fill yourself up with. You can't eat enough donuts. You can't watch enough Netflix. You can't have enough sex. You can't smoke enough weed to fill yourself up. If you're not fulfilled, it's because you're not on purpose. And once you get on purpose, take it from me, the divine midwife of soul destiny, once you get on purpose and you do the thing you were born to do, and you do it like a rock star that you were born as, baby, nobody can be a better you than you. No one can fulfill your destiny. So if you don't fulfill your destiny and purpose, we just won't have it because you're just not doing it. Let me see what y'all are talking about in the chat. Let me see. I'm part of the New Vision U company, which is about to be called something, and they tell you it's not guaranteed and promise you're going to make money. Absolutely. That's exactly right. No one can promise you that you're going to make money. Only God can make that kind of promise. The infinite source. That's who I work for. It depends on your efforts and the work you put in. Yeah, absolutely. That's not what I'm talking about, beloved. I'm talking about you doing what is guaranteed to lead you to abundance because love and money go together. I put it in my books. Love and money are married, and that's one couple that's never breaking up. So if you're doing something that you don't love to get to the money, it's never going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You might make tons of money and be sick and stressed and unfulfilled. And then what was that for? What was the point? Don't you know enough rich, sick, unfulfilled people? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about fulfillment. I'm talking about the juice of life. I'm talking about doing what you know you were born to do. I'm talking about living your purpose and living at your maximum potential, baby. And let the money pour on you, rain down on me. Love and money live together on the path of purpose. But yes, if you try all these different companies out there, this company, that company, maybe you'll make it and maybe you won't. What I can say is that even if you're in a company and you don't make the money, you did learn something because all these different ventures do teach us something about ourselves and perhaps there's some growth. So they say sometimes that you're either learning or you're earning. I like learning and earning both together at the same time. That's what I like to do. But you know, everybody's got their druthers. But if I had my druthers, I'd like to be making money while I'm earning and learning. Let's make the learning and the earning together. I love you, family. So if you feel so inclined, get yourself a jar, get yourself a money jar, get yourself a mug, get yourself any kind of receptacle. It could be a beautiful box, and just start loading money up in it. Whenever you think about it, whenever you have change, whenever you have $1, $5, $10, whatever, and say that this is my WAP box. This is my wealth on purpose box. This is how I become wealthy by being on purpose, by doing the thing I was born to do. And click the link in the description if you know you want to join us. That's what you do. Click the link and say, yeah, I want to be in this money magic scenario. And you can see all our wins and you can see what it's all about. And don't just join because you want to join and hang out with all the cool kids that are in money magic. Join because you are committed to yourself. You're committed to living your destiny. You're committed to doing what, to creating wealth on purpose, doing what you know you do. Oh my goodness, we do Bitcoin, gold and silver investing. Wait a minute, I didn't even show you all the gold and silver investing and the Bitcoin investing. Let me show you something. Because when you start to create wealth on purpose, of course, you need to go ahead and you need to buy these things. Look at that. First Bitcoin purchase silver. Silver investor here. Look at all the wins. Silver purchase silver. Brand new vending opportunity, win win. And we got a bunch of people in here too that bought Bitcoin. Bitcoin, told them that I would give them Bitcoin for the ones who invested in themselves and bought Bitcoin. And we had a whole Bitcoin buying session, buying Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin. And they are now Bitcoin investors, silver and gold, because guess what? Once you start making the money, where are you going to put the money? See, I have a very unique blend of talents and skills. I was a financial advisor. So, being a financial advisor at American Express for 7 years, I was in the financial markets. And I have spiritual teaching and magic and witchcraft. And we bring these together. And I travel the globe. So we bring these all together in money magic in a combination and integration that you can't find anywhere else. You might be able to find a coach that can teach you how to coach people. You might find a coach that can teach you how to write books. You might have a coach that can teach you how to make money in some other business. And will that same coach be able to tell you what to do with the money when you get the money, how to now invest it in Bitcoin, and how to walk you through that, how to walk you through investing in gold and silver? We do all that in the 12 portals of money magic, baby. And we do magic. We do the altar work and we do the physical work. It's not about manifestation because we must have the strategies in place for real world action. I love you, and I hope, is my intention, it is my absolute heartfelt desire for you to live on purpose and create all the wealth you deserve on purpose, doing your God thing on the planet. Mwah. Peace. Kaisi out. ValerieLove.com.